say, if you're thinking about doing something and you're not sure, just do it.
Today I have the honor of interviewing a great lady. Her name is Corinne Asseraf. She's a very strong lady, a warrior, and called the Dame of Notre Dame. But I'm going to introduce you, Corinne, first. So Corinne, thank you.
Thank you, Danny. I'm so honored. So honored.
Yes, and it was quite hard to get Corinne because she's a very busy lady. So Corinne, if I had to ask you, how would you introduce yourself?
Well, you already gave them an idea of being a warrior. So I wake up in the morning ready to conquer the world. I start off my day with beautiful music. I have an agenda and I make sure that I go after it, you know.
And you told me when we were like preparing the interview, like you wake up with your 5 senses. So tell us, what are your 5 senses?
What are my 5 senses? Well, hearing is my music. Touching is everything around me. It could be my children, it could be the food, it could be everything. So that's a very strong sense for me, is touching. Tasting, my cooking.
Yeah, that's
my cooking. I love cooking. I'm a chef. I call myself a chef.
You call yourself.
I learn from other chefs. I learn. If I don't understand something, I go and I learn like everybody else, right? Yeah. But it's a passion of mine. And seeing the beautiful art around me, the beautiful world that I've created. And that became my job, my daily routine, going inside my galleries.
So I think you were born in Morocco.
Yes.
So I'd like to know this transition and path between of this little girl arriving from Morocco with her parents and where you are now. How did you start? I know you were a makeup artist at one point, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
But being a little girl, born in Morocco, in Casablanca, I left when I was 3 months old. So I could say, yes, Moroccan, but I'm really Canadian.
Yeah.
I'm a real Montrealer. I could say that I'm an ambassador of a beautiful, beautiful city. I love Montreal. Yes, I started as a makeup artist. That was my first job, which happens to be across the street of where I am today. It was called Salon Olivier. It was an incredible, incredible moment of my life. It really empowered me, you know, of who I am today. That job, I met the most amazing people, worked with the most incredible, incredible people. And the owners, Yvonne, may you rest in peace, I love you. Thank you for giving me the chance of believing in me. And Joyce's wife, who was an artist back then, she was a painter, her artwork was everywhere. And I said, one day when I have time or I can create, I'll paint just like Joyce. Well, today, Joyce, come and see me, I'm just across the street.
Ah, so this is so sweet. So you were a makeup artist, and what made you become first a painter and then, you know, galerist?
Okay, well, first I was a makeup artist, so, you know, and it's really funny because it's both art. So my canvas was a face, and now I chose a palette and a canvas. So I'm really creating. I started painting at a very late age. Like I would say about, my father inspired me a lot in painting. I would always draw in front of him and he goes, here, go draw an eye, you know, like you know when you tell your kids, here's the remote, go watch TV. My father would say, here, go draw an eye. And I would draw eyes at a very young age. My dad really inspired me in painting and knowing about all types of different eras of art.
Okay.
So for makeup artistry, I could say till today, it really made me who I am, even as an artist in a gallery. The makeup was makeup, but it was making me up as a person.
Yes,
it made me who I am today.
Yes,
you know, that was a great job, but it really made me who I am today. And being an artist, a painter, you know, you have your struggles. You say, what is the medium I'm going to use? What is the subject that I'm going to choose?
Yes, of course. You know.
I might be able to sell it, but as an artist,
yes,
sometimes you have writer's block. You know, you go, what inspires you? My first painting that I ever painted was a Van Gogh.
Yeah.
You know, the Starry Night. That was the first one I ever painted and copied. And I said, whoa, I'm really good. I'm so good I could sell this stuff.
Because in Corinne, she's not only an artist, but she's a huge PR, okay? And you're good in sales too, which is very rare, being an artist and know how to sell, you know?
Well, that's my business brain,
yes,
you know?
Yeah, so you have these two brains.
My older brother was in sales.
Yeah.
And you know, I look up to him till today. And I would see him sell and listen to him on the phone. You know, even my younger brother and my son could actually one day he'll be at my level, and I hope you listen to me.
Yes.
But he's incredible.
And tell me what, you're an artist, but what made you decide to open a gallery?
Like I said, you know what, I was working in a furniture company for a friend of mine. I was just helping him in the transition of Korean cosmetics, and I was helping my friend Albert, and he said, you know, can you help me? I want to do, you know, like they say today's age, a pop-up sale. Yes, so I helped him, and the furniture was stunning, but the walls were naked. So I brought in some people that I knew that were artists. Actually, she was my first artist. Her name was Jessica Gorlicki. And I brought her in, and you know what? We were selling it. We were selling it like, you know, that canopy. Let's put this paint in. Oh no, I want the whole look. So we would stage the area, and you know, then it inspired me to paint. It inspired me to continue that love that I felt at that moment.
For the art. It's so funny how sometimes, you know, it's just like, you do one step, another step, and
it brings you to an
brings
idea.
You somewhere you never.
Exactly. I never expected to be.
Never.
I never expected to be opening up a gallery across from Bellefeuille. Bellefeuille was like still is my mentor, and I said one day I'm going to make enough money to buy a painting at Bellefeuille. Yeah. And today I'm across the street.
It's incredible.
You know,
that's why we always have to trust life, and life. It's a process.
And you take risks.
Yes. But you know, some people can, some people
calculated risks.
Yeah,
of course.
So you opened at the gallery in Notre Dame, and I'd like to know why you were called, because in Montreal we can say it in French and in English, La Dame de Notre Dame. I love it. I find it very sexy. Or the Dame of Notre Dame. So what happened?
So, you know, like when people say, oh, she's the dame, it has like a double meaning.
Yes,
I go, whoa,
like,
you know, le bordello. No, it's not that. What it is that I'm very much into networking. Everything about me is networking. You know, if I don't have what I need, I know somebody who does. If somebody needs something, I know somebody who can help them.
Yeah.
So I had the 3 art galleries in Old Montreal. You know, the small one wasn't big enough. We took a bigger space, and then we took the one next to it because we didn't want neighbors. So we became our own neighbors, and we had 3 art galleries, meaning 3 events per week or at the same time. So there was a lot of things happening on Notre Dame, whether one was very calm and there was a harpist, the other one had a DJ, the other one had just a visual or a store or just a hangout or whatnot, but it was very, very busy. And then I decided to open up a restaurant called the French Quarter. And why the French Quarter is because New Orleans.
Yes.
the music. It really represents who I am. The music, the art, the flamboyant people that are there, the richness of their culture, the spices, the language, everything about it. It was beautiful. I used to go there doing makeup for the Mardi Gras, and I was so inspired by the people that I said, one day, if I open up something, I want to bring that back to Montreal, because Montreal, when you think about it, le festival de jazz, Juste pour rire, the Grand Prix, we have all of this activities in our city in a short span of a time in our summer. So I said, I want to bring jazz into my restaurant. And also I wanted to mention that I was a jazz ambassador for 37 years.
Oh, wow.
For George Durst, the founder of, he was like a father to me, the founder of the La Maison du Jazz and the House of Jazz. And best friends like Bob Ritchie and Michelle Sweeney and all these people that I have in my heart. But La Dame de Notre Dame, Denis Coderre, Denis Coderre came to one of my events and he says, wait a second, you have 3 art galleries, you have the restaurant next door.
The mayor, Denis Coderre. The ex-mayor.
The ex-mayor, Denis Coderre, the mayor. We love you, Denis. And he says, but you're really like the Dame of Notre Dame. Like this is your block.
Yeah, you're everywhere.
I'm everywhere. So everybody says, but you're everywhere, Corinne, you're scattered. I'm not scattered. I'm in everywhere because I can.
Because you can, you are the. So now talking about artists, because you have 2 art galleries, I'm curious to know, how do you choose your artists? Is there a special?
Yeah, sure. So I'm going to talk to you about the ones, you know, with Old Montreal. So that's where I started. So like I mentioned before, you know, we represented 52 artists, and then I toned it down after COVID, you know, like we had to restrict, you know, I closed two of the galleries. I was representing renowned artists like René Gagnon, may you rest in peace, he passed away last year. René taught me a lot. He taught me about his life with Riopelle, being his best friend, and Marc-Aurèle Fortin. And he spoke to me and taught me the language of French-Canadian art. And we are so, on était choyés. We are very gifted with art in Montreal and Quebec and our roots. So Americans and the tourists all over the world, you know, they always, you know, people buy a piece of art in their travels. And by giving them that education, you know, of who they're bringing back home, they loved it. So, you know, there's a story. That's how I choose. Of course, the talent, the pedigree, where they've exhibited in the past. Are they emerging? I'm not a gallery that says no to emerging artists. I give them a chance. And that's why when you walk into Gallery 203, it's an experience. Whether it's your first time or whether you heard about us and want to be part of us.
Yeah. So you choose them on that by energy. And what you do too when you do events for exposition, for, let's say, an artist, you said because you love to cook, your event, the food has something to do with the theme, with the nationality or with the of this artist.
Yeah. So what, you know what? We have a lot of people that come to every single event that we do because they know it's going to be different. We're not a cookie cutter gallery, so people know that the music has been thought of, the menu has been thought of. And why a menu? People say, Corinne, why do you feed your guests? Why do I feed my guests? Because c'est un 5 à 7, and people are hungry. And if you feed them, they stay. And if you give them a nice glass of wine, they mingle, they network. A lot of people met.
Network,
a lot of people met. A lot of people met in the gallery. A lot of people got married because they met in the gallery. A lot of people got jobs because they met somebody in the gallery. And you know what? I have to say I'm very lucky, very, very lucky, because my artists all love each other. They all know each other, and they, you know, they correspond with each other. I'm not the kind of gallery that say, I don't want you to speak to this one.
Yeah.
I don't want you to speak to that one. You know what? They're my strength.
Oh,
my artists made me grow.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I'm open.
It's like a connection.
I'm open.
You could not be without them. They could not be without
Exactly. Because of them, I am who I am today. Yes. So a lot of them I kept. Yes. And they graduated to be at the level of Green Avenue. And don't get me wrong, don't think that Green Avenue is better than Old Montreal, because Old Montreal is an incredible place for art galleries.
I would say there's more tourists coming in Old Montreal.
Well, here it's more suburban.
It's more like
this is
local,
more. This is more of a suburban area.
Yes,
you know, but Old Montreal is a must see, and it's on the map, and it's a way to visit our old cities.
Yes,
but I don't want people to think that from Old Montreal they came on Green. No, what I did here is that I took a bit of everything and everyone, and I created this beautiful
cocoon. It's like a little
cocoon of art.
It's a cocoon of art,
you know, in a beautiful space. So come and visit 1346 Green. It's the old Tony shoe store. It's a legend.
Yeah, and you have a special love with this street because you walked there 30 years ago, and it's like kind of coming back home.
Coming back home more matured.
Yes, of course, more mature. So this is so great, and yes, I was talking to you. We all go through struggle, okay? So the life is not like a long fleuve tranquille, as we know, and sometimes through struggle we learn a lot. What would you say was your biggest struggle, Corinne, who helped you now to be the woman you are?
If I would flip through the pages of my journal, there are many struggles. But the one that hits me the most is the loss of my mother at the age of 30. Even I was a mother at 30, but losing my mother that young was hard. It was a hit. And today I could say that I am who I am today because she's in my thoughts.
She's your guide?
She's my guide, she's my guardian angel. And losing my dad at 40. My father was my best friend. Yeah. He pushed me, he listened to me. He said, you know what, Corinne, you want to do it? Go for it. You're a warrior.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and sky's the limit.
That's what you are now, thanks to, you say thank you to your dad. You're very lucky because, you know, sometimes some father, they don't push you, they retain you. So you were lucky. So I think we are getting at the end of our conversation. It was great. Now you know Corinne Asseraf more, I hope. And but you're not going to escape to my last question. If you have a message to leave to our viewers, what is it?
What is it? I would say if you're thinking about doing something and you're not sure, just do it. Go for it. The worst thing that could happen is you tried it and it didn't work out. But at least you tried it. You won't second guess saying, I should have done it.
Yeah.
So go for it. I am today where I am because I took risks. Listen to that little voice and go for it.
And listen to your heart.
Yes.
That's very important. And thanks to human connection, we can go on doing things that we love.
Can I say something before I finish?
Yes.
Ladies and gents, today I sit in front of a woman, Dani. I'm taking the mic back. Ooh. And I'm surprising you with this one at the end of this beautiful interview, and I'm so honored that you chose me for this interview. But I don't know if you've been told, but you are one of my mentors. Growing up, I wanted to be just like Dani, the most beautiful hostess that could ever be. You made Montreal the landmark of Thursdays. You know, I love you for being in my life, and I want you to say thank you for letting me into your club at the age of 16 drinking cranberry juice. But I want to say that you are a remarkable woman, and you're growing younger and younger because your heart.
I'm keeping my child heart, and every day I'm talking, every morning I talk to that little baby, and I'm taking care of her. So yes. I'm crying. I was not expecting that.
Okay. I'll fix you up. I'm a makeup artist. But I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for giving all of these women that you choose to share their stories with the public. Thank you.
Okay, so thanks a lot, and don't forget to subscribe, because thanks to you, I can live the passion of my life, and I can keep interviewing great people like Corinne from all over the world and in Montreal. Thank you.